Just welcome to the Not So Intellectual podcast. This is the horror movie fan club spirited review. On this edition, we're going to be talking about a movie that just came out called In a Violent Nature. We all had a chance to view it, and we all have our opinions about it. But before then, we're gonna just raise whatever we're drinking. If we already drank, if we already smoked, then it is what it is. Until then, cheers, everyone. Thank you for being on the
Huzzah.
podcast. Thank you. So I'll go first and say that well, I'll just oh man, this was an interesting one. I had a lot of hopes for this one. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but the movie's about I'll just read the synopsis. When a group of teens takes a locket from a collapsed fire tower in the woods, they unwittingly resurrect the rotting corpse of Johnny, a vengeful spirit spurred on by horrific 6-year-old crime. Um, the undead killer soon embarks on a bloody rampage to retrieve the stolen locket, methodically slaughtering anyone who gets in his way. Um, Definitely a throwback. I definitely felt that there was a throwback feel to it. Um, a lot of Jason, without a doubt. We'll start with guy to my left. Brian, what did he feel about the movie? Just going into it.
I actually just saw it about like 4 hours ago.
Oh, it's fresh on your mind. This is perfect.
Yep, very fresh.
Very fresh on my mind. And I'm gonna tell you
How
right
did you
now,
feel? Uh-huh. Go ahead.
I fucking loved it.
Interesting. Interesting.
I'm not gonna lie, I actually felt like I was kind of watching me play a video game, if that makes sense.
Definitely.
And I was
I
kind
know what you're
of
saying.
leveling up, killing people and leveling up. It's interesting. And I don't know why, but somehow, some weird sadistic way, I kind of like footsteps in the fucking forest, you know?
Here's the thing about like that whole like it was a lot of walking, 100%, a lot of hiking. It felt like it was definitely artistic, 100%. I love the artistic route that it went with it. Laney, what do you have to say about the movie going into it?
Going into it, I didn't know what to expect other than that I'd heard from the trailer and the reviews that I knew it was going to be gory. I was very surprised when I started watching it because I got in just a little late. But the scene where there's a man and he's running and it's very reminiscent of, like, I think, like you said, Friday the 13th. In fact, it's almost like a straight up homage to Friday the 13th, in my opinion. But the first scene where like this guy's running, my theater is giggling. Like, I think it's the way the camera's fixed and the way you're watching this. I don't know, but there was awkward giggling throughout my theater, and I was sitting back, really wondering if it's almost borderline supposed to be a dark comedy in a weird way.
I definitely felt a couple of times there like it felt like an Eric Andre show skit, and we'll talk about that in a little bit in a few.
You know what's funny?
That happened.
I saw this movie and my theater was empty. It was just me and my fiance.
Wow.
Alone, no one there.
So you got
There was one guy there,
uh,
and he wasn't even. I don't even think he was feeling the vibe because like 30 minutes in, he was gone.
He was just there for the recliners.
Yeah, nah.
There were a couple people who left when we were there, when we went to watch it. Josh, how did you feel going into it? Like, what were your thoughts going into the movie?
So when I saw the trailer, I was like, "Oh, cool! It's gonna be a POV of a killer, and you can see how he does everything, his progress, walking, everything." And then it gave me, like you said, vibes of Friday 13th, but also gave me a little bit of vibes of Wrong Turn, also.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of got some Terrifier vibes out of this too, in a way, with some of the ridiculousness of the kills.
I
Yeah,
can see that
100%.
with like the gleefulness of the
And-
kills.
Especially that yoga kill, if you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So
Let's
I would
real quick. Lisa, what did he feel about? Did you know about the movie? What did he? What were your thoughts going into the movie?
Can y'all hear? What? Can y'all hear? Am I being sorry?
Yeah, no, you can hear. We can hear you.
Oh, okay, okay. Everybody. Okay.
Oh no, it's not working. Hun, why don't you just come over here then? We're just gonna switch it up because, like, yeah, your feed's not working there.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
much
better.
better.
Way
We
better.
can hear you
So
now.
do y'all remember? Have y'all seen the movie Thanksgiving?
Thank-
Thanks,
yes.
killing.
All right, so I
Uh-oh.
felt like I was watching something like that, so I was prepared for like the killer to look like crazy, like that puppet or something.
Mhm.
But it was cool. It was just like I'm used to like the student film. It was giving student film,
Yeah, I
but
could
good.
see that.
But it was good. It was crazy though.
For sure.
Without-
I feel really bad for anyone that hates forests going into this movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
exactly.
If
You're
they
gonna
have a
have bad-
phobia,
Exactly.
you're fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna have a really
So-
bad
I-
time with this.
I don't know
movie.
what it was, but I felt like the slow pace for me actually made things more suspenseful and more creepy. I like
Yeah.
personally now have a weird phobia of being alone in the woods for sure now,
100%.
especially with this type of shit. Like if I felt like the woods was the safest thing in the world, now I'm thinking the opposite because of this shit.
I agree. No, 100% agree with
I know
you.
what to get you for your birthday. Like I'll be like, here's a camping trip to the woods.
Ooh, get a cabin,
I mean,
Airbnb.
I think you're good. Just don't take lockets that don't belong to you.
Yeah.
Like
There you go. At the end of the
Moral
movie,
of
that was the
story is
best
don't take
thing.
lockets.
Don't take shit that don't
treat
belong
it
to
like
you.
Nope. Especially on a
Is-
great
is-
site.
Is the
I
Brady
mean-
Bunch thing? Is the Brady Bunch thing about Hawaii racist, or is that like acceptable type of shit? Because that's what it feels like. Like if you ever saw that episode of Brady Bunch, they stole something from Hawaii.
A
They, like,
cursed
took a rock
omen
or
or
something,
cursed
and
object.
it was like a curse. Yeah. And it's the
Yeah.
object not curse is just like, oh, if you take anything from here, we coming to get you, type of shit. So that's what this movie felt like too. So it's just like I think if you're out in the woods by yourself, just put everything down that doesn't belong to you and leave
Yep.
it where you.
Exactly.
I will say this, of the people that I've talked to that have seen it, they seem very divided on it. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of people that are square in the middle. Like either you like it and you understand like what it was trying to do and what it what it was going for, or you
Mhm.
absolutely fucking hate it. Like there is very little like people that I've talked to that are in the in between.
Yeah.
No, I 100% agree with you guys. Going in now that we've seen the movie, we're in this movie, we're seeing this guy methodically kill these people. The yoga scene. Let's go ahead and get into it. The yoga scene.
See, I shouldn't be laughing.
No, that's
I
the
mean,
thing.
not-
Like
not
there was,
gonna lie,
there was people.
The
in
kill
the
before
theater.
that was brutal
Uh-huh.
itself.
No,
That
100%.
kill
Where
before the yoga scene.
The one
was
behind the tree,
brutal.
right?
Yeah, with the one with the
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
You
what reminded me of Wrong Turn.
even though I left, I was still going in like, ooh,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh, my theater was laughing, but there was a lot of commentary. Like they were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Like someone
Yeah.
just yelled out. Like it got so
Yeah.
many reactions, which I thought was great. So like I would say of this movie, see it with other people if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
theater.
I think it's gonna
experience
catch a
makes
cult
it.
following, as weird
Yeah.
as it is. It's
I
Yeah.
can see that.
Yeah. So the theater we were at, there's people laughing here and there.
Yeah, there was people like nervously laughing because they weren't sure if this was supposed to be the point of like letting it kind of just be like you said, a dark comedy. But yeah, dude, there was one particular scene where it's one of the last guys that is left alive, and I don't know
yeah.
how the fuck he teleported behind the killer,
Yeah.
but he surprises him and he gets fucking chopped, and then he just continues to
Oh
like
my
chop his
god.
head,
Overkill.
Yeah.
and
It carries on
it
for like 3
Dude,
whole minutes.
that
to
felt
me,
like an
Turned him
Eric
into
to
burger
Andre
me,
meat, like
skit.
to me,
right
that's
away.
dude. That scene to me was like a Negan times 10.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
guys
Yeah,
and
know
don't and
Walking Dead? That's what it felt like.
I am hard to
100%.
shock these days. Like I've seen a lot. Like I've seen Serbian film. I've seen so
Mhm.
I'm not easy to shock anymore. But that went from a weird kind of mouth dropping shock to just awkward giggling. Like what the fuck? After it was still happening for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, and I started laughing when the girl just put two cans down, left the locket, and just walked away. I was like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like backed away slowly. Let's
Fine.
get
What
I'm
is she?
done with this shit.
What is she though?
So
I will say I spoke to a couple of people who mentioned the ending, and they said it seems like either you like the ending or you don't. I liked it. I thought it was a good
I
ending without giving too
I
much away.
I like the ending and gives an open door for it to possibly give us a sequel. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought they could have shortened it a little longer, a little like less. That whole scene.
There were some parts particular in the walking that they could have like shortened for sure. Let me get back
Yeah.
to the killing part. There was one scene that kind of stuck that I just remembered. Um, it's when he finally gets to kill the fucking asshole of the group, and he has a boulder, and
Oh,
there's like a clean scene. There's no
Oh,
like
that's
break
great.
in the scene, and he just like
yeah.
throws it down. That scene was fucking
Yeah,
crazy. That was
Yeah.
impressive.
that was the scene I was wondering how did they do that? I'm
Yeah.
like, wow,
Yeah.
that's really cool.
Honestly, as a filmmaker myself, a lot of these scenes, these just
Yeah.
basic shots, they're actually pretty well done.
I was
Actually,
gonna
really
say,
well
oh,
done.
the reason why it was so clean is because he actually squashed that man's head. That's
Yep.
but that's not.
No, it did. It
It was
felt
too
fucking
easy.
real. I'm pretty sure there was some like practical mixed in with a little bit of digital um editing there, but yeah.
Either way, they did a
The
really
other
good job.
scene, the other scene that kind of sticks out in my mind is the forest ranger getting his limbs and then his head
Oh,
chopped off. Another one where they didn't
yeah.
cut. It looked really clean.
No lie, that gave me like hostile vibes.
Yeah.
A little bit of
It
just
did.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was the one kill that I thought was the most brutal and went from
Yeah.
kind of giggly to holy shit.
yeah, it felt actually
Yeah.
real. I'm not gonna lie, it actually
Yeah.
felt
Yeah.
real. Like the pacing of it too. It felt like I was kind of watching a
A
real
snuff film.
killer, like
Yep.
take its
Yeah.
time on actually killing, like if it was really an actual killer.
Yeah.
100%. No, yeah.
Yep.
Let's go around the room here and say your favorite part, at least for the film that kind of sticks out there. My favorite part is like I said it already. It's this fucking guy who's gonna try to save the fucking day and somehow teleports behind the killer and gets his fucking head smashed in or like split in half. That's the one that kind of stands out for me. Oh fuck, there was another one, but I'll let someone else take it. Go ahead, Josh.
So mine's is when the two people leave on the bikes or whatever it's the ATV, and the two guys come out because he puts the thing on the truck to make the horn go away. And when
Yeah.
they see him, they're trying to run and he throws the axe. And when you look to the guy has an axe stuck in his face. I was like,
Yeah.
what the hell? And he just pulls it off and just goes. Well, like, yeah, that part stuck to me, and I was like, that's pretty cool.
That was definitely a cool scene. Leesa, what was a scene that stuck out for you?
That girl getting threaded like a needle.
The yoga scene.
Yeah, the yoga scene. I it was crazy. I appreciate how they made it look so real. I want to see how they did that. It was crazy. And then
It
the burger meat at the end. But
yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
No, yeah, I was gonna say there was some scene, there was a parts of that scene where I was like, how fucking absurd is this shit? This is fucking dope. Um, Laney, what scene stuck out for you during the movie?
That's a tough one because like I at the end of the day, I'm gonna call this a good movie because there's so many scenes that I was talking about with people the next day. And that's to me like a mark of a good horror movie. If you're talking about it the next day with people. I think one of my favorite scenes, and this is purely based off of audience reaction, was he breaks into the tower and just looks over at this wall of like killing tools and the mask, and he picks up the hook, and somebody in my theater is like, oh dear. And it just elicited a lot of good reactions from people like that. I mean, I think my favorite is probably the yoga scene, just because
Yeah,
I was
that
not
scene
expecting
is
all of that.
Yeah.
Like it
Mhm.
just kept going, and I was
Mhm.
like, what more are you going to do? Oh fuck, oh whoa.
No.
Like yeah, it that was probably my favorite scene that caught me the most off guard.
No, I totally agree with you. Brian, what scene sticks out for you from the movie?
I think you can kind of start this off all the way from the very first kill. What he does with the body and
Yeah.
the sequence that leads on to basically this whole entire massacre in this, which is how he grabs the first kill, the body, drags it
Mhm.
all the way to the firehouse, and then grabs to get his mask and uses that body to open.
Thank you for sparking that memory in my head because I forgot about that first kill. The dude with
Yeah,
the headphones.
it was weird shit like that that kind of had me thinking like, holy crap! I'm like literally, I'm walking along with a killer like this
Mhm.
and what they're doing, and I'm like, man, honestly, this is probably what a real serial killer kind of days of the life of what they do.
Yep.
It definitely felt like a modern day what the fuck is it called? Diary of a Serial Killer. Um
Yeah.
definitely crazy, crazy, awesome movie. Let's do a final review. Give us let's do a point system of 5 stars. 5 out of whatever you choose to give it. I'm gonna choose to give it a damn. I'll give it a 3.5. I'm gonna say a 3.5 stars for myself. It was good. There were some scenes that kind of went too long for me. Um, I definitely want to see more, but for myself, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 5 stars. I'm sorry, a 3.5 stars. Brian, what are you gonna give this movie?
Oh, wow.
For me, I think for the general audience, I'm pretty sure I'll give it somewhere around what you gave it, but I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5. But as for me, myself, and the enjoyment I had with some drinks,
Mm.
I'm gonna say a 4, a
4. Okay.
5 too, depending how drunk you are watching this
Or high.
with the good crowd.
Definitely. I agree. The crowd definitely makes the movie sometimes. Laney,
Yeah, but yeah.
what grade would you give this movie? 5 stars out of what? I'm sorry. Yeah, your
That's a
your
tough.
grade out of
That's
what?
a kind of a toughie. It's kind of a toughie because I walked out of the theater not really like, okay, that wasn't horrible. It wasn't what I would call great. So I think your rating of 3.5 stars is pretty good. However, I would say like if you're able to watch it with other people just for the reactions it elicits out of like people around you, if you're able to watch it with other people, I would say that definitely bumps it up to 4 stars. Like it is a movie better experienced with friends while you're, just looking to have a solidly like interesting, fun, what the fuck horror movie.
Definitely agree with you. I just had a thought. How much of an improvement would this movie be if it was in 4DX?
Oh, I know, right?
Way better, probably.
It'd be pretty interesting. There's some scenes that I'm like, that'd be pretty interesting to experience in 4DX.
I don't want
Lisa.
no feedback from being killed.
Well, what would you give this movie? What is your rating? What is your star rating out of 5?
I was thinking as soon the first time you asked, I was thinking like 3, because again, like I didn't know what I was getting into. I just knew it was going to be a horror movie, and I, for some reason, remembered you, Rick, telling me that you knew somebody in the movie, and it was no, you know somebody who's going to see the movie, and I just so I'm over here watching it like respectfully, like yes, horror, yes, I like this. Oh, that's not that could have been a little less. Oh, ooh, whoa. So I enjoyed it in a way that I don't think I was supposed to watch it that day, because there was moments where I wanted to be like, what the fuck, and I was like, I don't know, everybody's so quiet, I'm gonna chill. But yeah, it was a solid 3, because it had people getting up and leaving. And I think that's a mark of something amazing, because it was just like brutal, but like in a way where it's like, I came to see this. This is what I came to see. So I liked it. But it's room for improvement.
Room for improvement. I would agree with your assessment for sure.
Yeah.
Josh, what would you give your this movie your 5-star rating? What is your rating for this movie?
So for my rating, if you're not into gore, don't watch the movie. Heads up. I
Yeah,
would give
definitely.
it I would give it a 3.5 for the kills and everything. There like Lisa said, there could be improvement. Especially they could have cut down the scene with the fire camp when the thing kept going on circles and circles and circles. Like, are they trying to get me dizzy or
I
something?
actually like that.
No, it was cool if they were there for like a minute only, but it went like I think good 3-4 minutes going like just in a circle,
Yeah.
a circle, and a circle. Like, oh, okay,
But I
yeah.
felt like that was the whole point of it as an independent horror movie. I don't know. It kind of gave me the vibes like if you guys have ever seen Skinamarink.
I have not.
No, I have
Yeah,
to see it.
I have to rewatch it.
Yeah, it's a lot like that where
Okay.
you kind of have to wait. It's not the worst, honestly.
Yeah.
I've seen worse shit like the first or last Omen, whatever bullshit movie.
Oh,
This,
hopefully the last.
it's still a better waiting game than that shit. So
Okay.
to me, you guys saying this a little the pacing's off. Yeah, no, that it's nothing like that one.
But yeah, like I said, 3.5.
I do say I want to say that there's like 2 things people should be aware of like watching this movie is that there like I wasn't kidding when I said like you best at least kind of enjoy the forest, because there was like a couple of scenes where following the killer, like it is to build tension, and I totally get that, but I caught myself literally turning to my friend going, God, I really miss touching ferns. Like I miss the feel of ferns, and I'm focused like so much because this bro's walking through the forest for such a long period of time that I start thinking, I'm like, yeah, I miss the forest. Like I'm having these like exterior sort of thoughts. So like be prepared that you just gotta like know going in and brace yourself. There's gonna be this long walk with the killer through the forest. So, but it adds to the overall, tension of the movie.
I
And the second
100% agree with you. Go ahead.
Yeah. And the second thing I wanted to point out that I thought was really cool about this movie is that I don't want to spoil too much. So there's a scene involved here where you're kind of waiting for something to happen. And I've heard a couple people say they didn't like this scene because nothing ends up ultimately happening. But what I think is really cool about it is that if you've ever wondered like what a PTSD victim suffers with, like it's always waiting for something to happen, but it never does. And you're just like it does a really good job of putting you in that person's shoes at that moment and making you feel like you're just fucking waiting for this dude to be like around the corner. And that was really cool.
Car
I
ride,
thought.
Yeah.
I'm guessing, right?
Was that?
Was it the car ride?
Yeah.
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 Yep. And they pull over.
Yep.
Yeah, dude.
I was waiting
Yeah.
that whole time for him to pop out or
I'm
something.
like,
Yeah.
I was like, the driver's gonna get it right now. The driver's gonna get it right now.
I was
Or
thinking the same thing.
an axe is gonna get flown
Yep.
right through the
Yes.
fucking windshield or something.
I was certain the old lady was up to no good.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought she was a part of it too. I
Yeah.
honestly thought that she was a
Yeah.
part of it too.
She was
'Cause
in
that's- yeah.
something. She was in something recently, or she looks a lot like somebody that was in something recently where she betrayed everybody. I think she was like in Walking Dead or something.
All right.
Or she looked like a lady
Uh-huh.
that was on Walking Dead. I know that's obscure as hell. I know, but still, it's just like I feel like she either was intentionally cast that she looked like that lady, or she is that lady from one of the towns. Like, but yeah,
She
because I'm like,
gives off
this bitch right
a
here
suspect
is up to no
energy.
good, and I know it. So yeah, sorry.
No, you're good.
No,
If
yeah.
if you just want to do one final round of questions, I'm pretty sure we're gonna get cut off, but let's do a quick
We got 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes.
5 minutes. All right, dude. Let's do a quick where can people find you, Leesa?
Repeat that.
Where can they find you? What are your socials?
Oh, I'm at Ludically on Instagram. That's really the only place I'm at right now.
Right on, right on. Josh, what are your socials? Where can people follow you?
Instagram, Sith_Josh_818.
Awesome, awesome. Brian, where can the people find you?
Instagram Ace Arson at Ace Arson, and Facebook also at Ace Arson,
Hell yeah,
and
hell yeah.
soon to be YouTube. So you guys will see some pretty cool stuff coming soon for that.
Fuck yeah, make sure you
Follow me on
subscribe to Ace Arson over here. Laney, where can the people find you?
On Facebook, I am Laney Lee, Lee, and on Instagram, I am at the girl who stole the stars.
Hell yeah. We're gonna go ahead and do this final round of questioning. We're gonna have fun with it. If you can't think of something, go ahead and just pass.
Okay.
But we're gonna do puns on the what do you call it, on the title of the name of the movie. This was fun to do, and I want to see if people can come up with other ones. I'll start with the one I started with, which was in a violent stroll across the park. Josh, what do you have?
I would say slow walks, fast kills.
Nice. Lisa,
I was like hiking the movie.
nice. Brian,
In the violent with big steppers.
like it. Laney,
In a semi-aggravated manner over yonder.
nice. Like it. In a joyful rock climb. Fuck, I fucked that up. Josh, go for it.
A walk to remember.
Nice. Nice.
Notice how
Lisa.
they all have a similarity right there
Yep.
Oh, nice.
so
Oh
far.
yeah.
In a really long beatdown.
Nice. True. Brian,
The slashing.
the slashing.
The flashing.
Okay, I like
Yeah.
it. Laney,
Oops.
I'm gonna say the Dummy's Guide on how to pay homage to Friday the 13th.
Nice.
yeah. I think we're just gonna go ahead and leave it at that because I can't think of anything else good. Unless you guys have anything, go ahead and say it.
I have one more.
Go ahead.
Don't camp in yoga.
Don't camp in yoga.
Oh, do
Uh,
you know, fun fact that I actually saw an ad on Facebook for this same movie, and they're saying it's like a whole little PSA for why you should not skip your yoga routine. I
Hilarious.
thought that was clever.
Nice.
Good.
Get
What
scared
timing
in
for
many
them.
ways.
Yep.
Get scared in many ways.
Oh yeah. I want to thank you guys for being on the podcast. You guys be good and joyful, and be sure to follow all my friends here. Give us a like, leave us a comment on what you guys want us to review next. Until next time, see you guys later.
Thanks.
Be sure to follow me on all the social platforms at NSIRick. And you can also email the show at notsointellectualpod@gmail.com. See you next time.